What an excellent day for an guest.
You'd like that?
Are you fucking nuts?
Pray to your God. I want you to pray that he comes and saves you.
Do I look like someone who cares what God thinks? Boy!
Welcome, all you horror fans, to our first episode of What an Excellent Day for a Podcast Show. My name is JC, and I am here with Danny C, Joe T, and Dave. We are four self-proclaimed horror nerds who love to talk and dissect all things horror. On today's episode, our first by the way, the guys will be counting down our top 5 scariest moments in horror, with some honorable mentions at the end. So horror fiends, straitjacket yourselves in and let's talk some damn horror. Alright guys, so how's everybody doing tonight?
I'm doing well. How you doing, guys?
Doing good, doing good.
Doing awesome.
Let's
Who wants to go first?
let's jump in, man. Let's find out what scares everyone here.
I think JC should start off.
Yeah, John.
JC always starts. I vote for Joe.
Alright.
Kick us off, Joe.
Alright, let's go.
And the way it's going to work for all our listeners is, if maybe there's 2 of them right now, but for those out there, we're going to go round robin here. So Joe's going to kick us off. We're going to give our 5th, right? And then we're going to just
Top
Like,
five.
get down the
down
list.
till
Top
we
five.
get down to our number 1 scariest horror movie moment.
Yes.
So Joe.
Alright, so my number 5, it is from the movie Child's Play, the original one, and it is the very first kill that Chucky does. He ends up hitting the babysitter, and she flies out the second floor window, and it leads to Andy finding, the sugar on the bottom of his
Shoe.
good guy shoes, yeah. And to me, like, growing up, Chucky always scared the living shit out of me. So that was the first moment. I know some people think that when the mom notices that there's no batteries in the back of him, that's a bigger moment. But to me, it's the actual first action that Chucky actually does within the movie that scared me till this day.
So you had a My Buddy doll.
Yeah, we talked about, I mean, that was the end of my Buddy doll. After that, he went right in the garbage. It's a waste of money from my parents, but it's okay. But yeah, I mean, they made the clothes the same, but the face was a little different. I mean, you can't really replicate the Chucky face. But
Joe, I personally love that you kicked us off in the best decade of horror,
yes,
the 80s.
this is true.
It was one of the last good ones of that phase, too.
Yeah.
Because everything else was just getting ridiculous.
And
Was
because
that
I was
88?
born
Was
that
88?
decade.
Was that 88?
Yeah,
I believe
That
so,
was
yes.
Yeah, 1988.
All right.
And that's when all the established franchises and all were,
Yeah.
going full comedy by that point.
All right. It's a good one, Joe. All right.
We going clockwise or counterclockwise?
Danny C.
Well, thank you, John. JC. Appreciate that. I grew up watching horror in the late 80s. I'm an 80s kid, born in the early 80s, so my whole entire list consists of movies from the 80s because when we talk about scariest points, I was still a kid. I was not even a teenager yet. And some gentleman that's part of this podcast,
Some
was
bad
Dave.
influence.
Bad influence. Introduced me to some of these movies. So
You're corrupting his mind.
I've been corrupted.
You're welcome.
I've been corrupted, and thank you, Dave. I really appreciate that. But number 5 for me is Hellraiser. So the scene that really gets me, from that oh shit, that scared the crap out of me, was literally when Kirsty makes a deal with the Cenobites and takes her back to Uncle Frank, and she's there, and that's not her father. Uncle Frank took the skin.
Come to daddy.
Come to daddy. takes over the skin of her father, and the Cenobites arrive, and he's like, "What the heck's going on?" He has no idea. She's like freaked out. They show up there, and the hooks. Pinhead arrives, and the hooks start shooting into his body as he's about to go attack Kirsty. The hooks come flying, stops his hand from about to stab her with the knife in his hand, and every which way the chains and hooks go into him, and all you see is his pancaked face. And he says Jesus wept, and smiling at her and Pinhead and the Cenobites, and just as she's about to get out the door, he explodes. All the skin pulls apart, and his body just explodes as she just closes the door, and she's like, "What the fuck happened?" And to me, I'll always remember that. I was a young kid when I saw that, and one of the reasons why I had to put the puzzle box tattoo on my sleeve. So I appreciate good work, and the 1987 horror film Hellraiser, Doug Bradley, his Trail Pinhead was one of my top 5.
Not to backtrack, but is it fair to say he was smiling at her? Did he really have a choice?
Yeah, I'm sure there was a hook in both sides of his mouth.
I was just one notch away from Christmas.
He, that. For that pancake face, man, that just the hooks in the skin, that just fucking freaks me out. So
Don't ever try to press on that button there on the box
Yeah,
on your
well,
arm.
see what happens.
You
You
don't
just
know
have to
what shit's
massage
going to go on.
you
You spin it, go counterclockwise.
yeah, that shit's coming out of my skin. But
I liked even more so in the second one when they replay that scene, but you got the slightly more graphic version of the explosion.
yeah, Hellraiser to me is
Second one was good.
the second one. I even enjoyed the third one. I think I got lost in some of the Hellraiser as I got to the fourth and on, but
The not Hellraisers
Right.
in the middle there.
but Bradley's still alive. We saw him at the horror convention back in August of this year in Cherry Hill, which is it's pretty awesome. He still gets around. Still freaks the fuck out of me, but
Classic.
so I'm gonna pass this one to Dave.
Now I'm gonna pass the mic. As far as this list goes, my number 5 is the least horror. Actually, it's not horror, but it's pretty fucked up. The baby scene in Train Spotting. Crawling on the ceiling. Like, every time, it's still just, it creeps you out.
Yeah, that's
I don't think I've ever
Ta-da!
seen.
You never
Train
saw
Spot.
Train Spot?
No. I gotta go watch that scene.
You know,
now.
Ewan McGregor had a career before Star Wars.
I'm not a big
it was
Star Wars
Train
fan.
Spotting.
Okay, I gotta check that out.
It's
So
kind of
baby
what-
crawling on a.
Yeah, it's
I mean, that's horrific.
it's all
Right.
about Ewan McGregor trying to kick heroin.
Okay.
it's just-
okay.
An hour and a half, 2 hours of him
Gotcha.
hanging out with his buddies as he's trying to quit. They're all junkies. But there's a scene where he's going through withdrawal, and there's just a scene with a baby that... It's the fakest thing you'll see, but because of that, it makes it so fucking creepy.
Interesting. All right. I gotta check that movie out then. I gotta see that scene.
I'm
I'll
almost
find it on
disappointed you
YouTube.
haven't.
No, I know. Shit. Kind of horror fan of mine.
What does that consider?
Well, not really considered.
I don't know. It's
like
dark, just
dark
a
comedy.
dark. Yeah, because it is quotable for some
Yeah.
of the comedic things. Yeah, but yeah, every time I watch it, it just makes you uncomfortable.
All right. And that's what this is about, right? It's what scared us, right? As we were growing up. It may not be scary to someone else, but it impacted us.
It doesn't necessarily have to be when we were a kid, too, because
Oh, shit.
it could scare us at 30 years old.
Yeah,
You never know.
I got scared driving over here.
It does happen.
You're in Jersey.
You're in Jersey.
I got an honorable mention that It doesn't take away from the movie, but at one point it terrified the fuck out of me. It doesn't do that now. It's still a great movie, but the level of fear it gave me at one point.
Yeah.
We'll get into that.
Get into those later. My turn?
Last
Yeah,
but
all
not
right.
least.
All right. I respect Dan for taking us back to the 80s. And now I'm thinking I should have went back to the 80s as well. But I'm going to stay recent, and I'm going to go number 5, Paranormal Activity.
Nice.
So when this movie came out, right, everybody had to request it. It wasn't released nationwide, right? It got so much buzz. Finally, it was being dropped into theaters, and I went to a midnight showing in New York City. I'm sure everybody knows the premise of Paranormal Activity,
Yep.
right? So the scenes where they show the nights in the camera, and the scene where she's just, and each night it gradually gets worse as the haunting gets worse, right? And where she's just standing over Mika for like hours at a time. Like, that was just like, I'm sitting in the theater and I'm like, what the fuck? Could you imagine just opening your eyes and having someone just staring at you? And she was there for a long time.
Was it like 5 or 6
Holy
hours throughout the night?
Holy shit. And that movie was just obviously one of the better found footage movies. When I got home that night, I tell you, I went in bed and first off, I thought my wife was going to be, I feared I was going to open my eyes and my wife was going to be standing there. But I watched every corner of the room. I could not shut my eyes. It freaked me out so much. I was looking at listening to every sound, every movement for the past, for 3 days that went on, that every night was just scared the shit out of me. That movie was made for $15,000, I think, something like that. Warren Pelly was a director. He made it in his apartment at the time.
Yep.
And it did what, 200+ million or whatever the hell it did?
It's got to be one of the most
I mean,
profitable
holy shit.
movies of all time.
But it hit home because it's relatable, right? I mean, if you believe, I believe in ghosts, right? If you believe in hauntings and shit, I mean, that shit can happen. And just her standing there and then the time elapsing, and it was just like, wow. So
Simple concept, but it hit on all cylinders. It was, as the sequels came along, I kind of lost me, but the first one was classic.
First one was classic, and it was something we haven't really seen from the found footage genre, and I loved it. And it scared the shit out of me. I'm not embarrassed to say. That's my 5th.
So back to me.
Back to Joe.
Number 4.
For number 4, we're going to go to the original Friday the 13th. It was near the very end of the movie, after Mrs. Voorhees is killed, and Alice is just sitting calm in a boat, and Jason comes out of the water. And I kid you not, I rewatched that scene countless times. I still get surprised every single time, because I can't figure out when he's going to come out. When I was a kid, I looked away, but it kickstarts the franchise. Even though the first one is classic, having the mom as the killer, you need Jason, and he is the franchise. And you don't even really know if that happened. She wakes up in the hospital, and then it leaves you right into the next one. And then it just picks up after there. But that scene itself, she tells you the story of how he died. And they hit on the makeup, too. He looks gruesome when he comes out of the water. And
Tom Savini, baby.
yeah, that scene is just scared me you wouldn't believe.
Dude, right there with you. You know what's awesome about that is that you don't even think about Jason at that point, right? She's on a boat. She killed Linda Voorhees, and
Pamela?
Oh, yeah, Pamela. But
Who's Linda?
but
Aunt Linda.
it's kind of like it's an afterthought. You don't even you're not even thinking about Jason. You think, okay, well, she killed Mrs. Voorhees, and it's over. It just okay about the end of the movie. And I think even to that point, that shot that they put in there, that was an afterthought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Savini was like, "Hey, Sean, you ever see that movie Carrie?
Yeah.
We should do that."
Exactly.
With the hand coming out of
That
the
Carrie
ground.
with
Yeah.
the hand, right? That
Yeah.
last final jump scare.
We're already making this to rip off Halloween, so let's go for another one.
I can never time it. Every time I watch it, just so I can,
It's a
not
perfect
pee
jump
myself.
scare.
Yeah.
And the great thing is that they did it again. Part 2.
Oh, yeah.
And that's an honorable for me.
Yeah, you when you saw the window pan, when they pan backwards, you knew it was coming.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, the dog. Oh,
Yeah.
Muffin.
Muffin's not dead.
You thought Muffin was dead.
Yeah.
Right? I thought Muffin was dead.
I thought when Muffin was dead when they found that carcass in the woods that they got
Exactly.
caught by the cop. But yeah, no, I agree, Joe. Great pick before. So on to Danny C.
On to Danny C.
All right. My number 4 is comes from the movie Halloween, the original 1978 movie.
You said you were all 80s.
I was, but I had to go back a little bit on this one. So, the original Halloween movie, a lot of it comes down to the end with Laurie Strode, in the closet with Michael, he's got her trapped. The part I love most is with Annie. Earlier in the movie, Annie's Laurie's best friend. She gets time to go, fool around with Paul, bring him back to the house, and she's going out to the car, and she's like whistling, singing, and she gets in the car, and then she's about to turn the key to the car, and she's like, is the windshield fogged? Is the front windshield fogged? And she goes to touch it, and then she pulls her hand back, and it's like, oh shit, somebody else is in the car. And at that point, Michael grabs her and starts choking her, holding her back, and then comes with the knife to the throat. And as she goes down real slow, and then just leans on the horn, and it's just going off. And it's like perfect, because it's like how your body reacts and lands is just like, as she's trying to, grasping for air and trying to get away. It wasn't working. That right there, that jump scare was like, oh shit, there's somebody in there, and he grabs her. That scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
The soundtrack, too, right? Because Carpenter knew just when to place those little
Yeah, those little jabs.
synthesizer shrills.
The music, John Carpenter, the music edits in there were phenomenal.
Yeah.
That stands up for the whole entire movie. Hold you captive. I'm wondering what's around the corner. What could be. And up to that point, she was like, is she going to die in the laundry room? Is she going to die in the kitchen? As a dog gets killed, it's like, the dog's there. Dog, shut up.
What song was she singing when she remember the song?
I'm doing great.
Oh, Paul, no keys, but please. Yeah, told you we're horror nerds.
Classic. But Dave, you're up to your number 4.
That's a great one, Danny. See.
Oh, thank you.
Great.
Thanks, JC.
So that's why I was kind of hoping we would look into a top 10, but because the 5 to rank them, I feel like most of them are so interchangeable. Like, to come up with 10 out of the gate wasn't that hard. I just started thinking, I'm like, all right, what's freaked me out my lifetime every time? Like, all right, oh yeah, there was this movie. Then when it came to putting them in order, like, it became a tough one. I feel like this should be a little higher, but for number 4, I'm going to go with Exorcist 3. And everybody knows what we're talking about.
Oh yeah. I got a ton of notes on it.
And yeah, it's initially I was thinking about making that 1 or maybe even 2, but I don't know. I have my reasons. But like I said, my top 5, I feel like, yeah, there's plenty of wiggle room. Like, I could wake up tomorrow and it'll be completely rearranged.
I agree.
That's an iconic scene.
Yeah.
So
I
drawn
mean,
out
that is
perfectly.
just how they set you up. They have the one, the camera just panning the whole way.
Just that
All
wide
the
shot for like
action,
5
that wide
minutes.
shot. Yeah, all the action happens. You see the cops come and they leave, and the nurse is there, and they set you up with her going into the room, and then the patient jumps up. The ice is crackling. Right, it's all little setups, and you think that's it, right? It's so drawn out, and that's what gets you.
Like it was almost shot like a high school play.
Exactly.
It was just so low key.
And you kind of know, too, that because the Gemini killer, he says her name, Amy Keating, was her name.
Yeah.
And he says it, so you kind of, once she tells, the guy asks for her name when the patient, right, in the room.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
she says Amy Keating. Now, like, you start putting two and two together, like, okay, I heard the Gemini killer say something. Maybe something's going to happen here.
And then you just get to the point where it's like, all right, this is obviously like a red herring. Like,
Yeah.
all right, he's going to get her probably 5 minutes down the road. And as soon as you hit that comfort level,
Yeah.
boom.
And what was that the same room that the priest got killed in, that she was going in, or was it a different room?
I don't remember the layout, like as far as which rooms were where. It seems like, yeah, they were all in that one hallway, but...
It's like she closes the door and you think that she could, and then like as soon as she moves up with the shears. Classic scene.
And just the whole like situation like around that immediate moment too, like just before he pops out, boom, hard zoom, and then once you realize what's happening, then you get that little, you get that little like stinger of sound. Like it wasn't just as soon as he walked out, boom, it's gotcha. Like they gave it that split second pause, and as soon as your eyes picked up on what was happening, then you got the audio. So it was like within a second or two, you just got layers that just made it. Like I think if you eliminated any one of those, it wouldn't have been as effective.
What an underrated movie too.
Yeah.
They had to
So-
follow Exorcist 2, the Heretic.
Yeah.
Oh God.
That was just describing the movie, not the story. And that's I hear so many people like lately I've been hearing more and more talk about like, oh yeah, people always forget this one and all. But it still seems like not enough people appreciate that. It was like, well, it'll never be the first one. It's like, yeah, nothing will. But if they went straight into 3 and eliminated the Heretic altogether, that would have been a perfect 2-part micro franchise.
I'd agree.
Great number 4. Actually, it was on my top 5 too, so I'm not going to go into it too much. I'm going to pull another one in or bring another one up, and I'm going to stay in that same horror world. I'm going to go with The Exorcist.
Oh, you don't say, John.
And The Exorcist, to me, for everybody who knows me, is my favorite horror movie. It is the granddaddy of all horror movies. It's on my arm. I have an Exorcist sleeve for all you listeners out there. So, love the movie. Scared the shit out of me. I remember when I was young, I was by my cousin's house, and all the adults were upstairs. I was 13 years old. All the adults were upstairs playing cards, and we swiped the VHS of The Exorcist, and we watched it in the theater room down there. A bunch of kids watching this. And it scared the shit out of me. It was so powerful. The scenes in that movie were so powerful. The exorcism scene, the let Jesus, I won't go there, but everybody knows the scenes I'm talking about. Scared the shit out of me. For like a week, I slept with the lights on. For like a week, I was afraid to turn over in bed because her face was going to be laying there just smiling at me with that scarred look on her face. It was...
Hey, honey, sleep well.
Yeah, The Exorcist, it will always hold a special place in my heart. So, I had Exorcist 3 because that scene is iconic, but we'll go with number 4 for me, and it's basically the entire fucking Exorcist movie.
It still holds
that 2-hour scene.
That 2-hour scene. Yeah, listen, I believe, I mean, I don't know, I don't know if there's demonic possession. You hear about it, you see things, you never know what it is. But the fact that it could happen, and I grew up kind of Catholic in that world, right? So that was kind of, scared the shit out of me.
It's a story for another episode.
Yeah. I was afraid I was going to get possessed.
The movie literally it holds. If you take it back for what it's worth in 1973 when it debuted, it still holds plenty of water.
Yeah, powerful.
And very powerful. Loved it. Excellent. So
Almost
like
50 years old.
Yeah,
it's 50 next year.
Yeah.
like it's still scary in a lot of ways
Oh.
today. So yeah, you put back 50 years, like we're jaded. We've seen enough shit that
Yeah.
but it'll still at the very least make you uncomfortable.
It aged well. It aged very well.
Yeah. So to think of it at a time where there wasn't all the shit we've seen in our lifetimes.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
before that, the big thing was like Universal Monsters.
Yeah. Yeah, it
And
changed.
Psycho.
It changed the horror genre. When that
Yeah.
movie came in, it broke all the fucking rules.
Oh yeah.
It changed.
in so many different ways.
Yeah.
So many different ways.
Absolutely. You could not put those scenes in a movie today and release it. No fucking way.
Yeah.
Can't have a 12-year-old girl saying that shit on the screen.
What did she say, John?
Say it.
Well, it says... Lick me. I'll go
Paris.
there. What does she say to the priest, too? Stick your... Help me out. I know it. I just,
Why
I
don't you
wanna-
shove your cock up your ass? See, I got Scary Movie 2 and Repossessed in my head right now.
Right.
So,
Which
what the actual line was, it's all blur.
wow.
He's like, you motherfucking worthless cocksucker. I was like, holy shit.
Your mother sucks cocks in hell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then
that
she
was-
grabs her mom's head and pushing it down and saying, lick me. I mean, come on. Where?
By the way, Scary Movie 2.
Yeah.
On point. That whole entire
Yeah, that was
scene.
a great scene.
If you watch Exorcist and then go watch the beginning of Scary Movie 2, on point, hilarious. James Wood.
Fuck this.
She's pissing on the floor, and she just doesn't stop.
You
Oh,
suck.
she's good.
She's good.
I didn't want to say the let Jesus because I don't want to get struck by lightning when I'm driving.
Yeah, you did say you were scared on the way here.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
All right, fine. Let Jesus fuck you.
There you go. That was Dave, by the way.
Yeah.
So that's my number 4.
I'm sorry, Jesus.
Alright, so my number 3, it's very recent, and it definitely makes less is more. It hits here. It's from Hereditary, and it's when they're leaving the party, and you can just see it about to happen. The sister sticking her head out the window, and you don't really see everything graphic, but what really terrorized me, I was in the theater, and it's when the brother realizes what happens, and it's just the quietness of the rest of the scene. He drives home, he's sitting in the driveway, there's no sound. And then when he walks into the house, and you can tell the mom realizes what happens, and the shriek of her scream in the theater, it hit on another level. And the first time I saw that movie, I honestly couldn't focus for the rest of the movie. And I ended up, luckily I had Movie Pass at the time, so I was able to see it not too long after that. But that scene, to me, is one of the greatest horror scenes of all time, and it was very simple. And it was incredible to me, in a weird way, because, we love horror, but to me, it's an incredible scene.
For seeing that movie recently, I agree. It's like an oh shit, and it goes on, and dude, well done. Part of the movie. I mean, I think I think I brought it up as another story for the time, even to talk about the movie Hereditary, but that was like the focal point that kind of kicks everything off.
An honorable mention in that movie too is the fucking decapitation with the piano wire.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
See,
That is
just-
insane.
It gets
as well.
overshadowed by the far superior decapitation.
And then they just subtly show the head like 20 minutes later.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with the
with
buds
ants,
and
all the
stuff.
ants. Yeah, and it's like
That was almost creepier than the actual
Yeah.
incident. And of course, it spawned like some of the greatest memes ever.
Hereditary was great.
It's a very good
That was a
movie.
great movie.
On me?
Yes, sir.
Danny C. All right, so number 3 for me. So Joe already hit on the original Friday the 13th franchise, first one. So for me, same movie, different part. Yes, I agree. Yeah, Jason coming up at the end of the movie was up there for me. But really another one that kind of just freaked me out was the whole Jack, played by Kevin Bacon, is in bed, and he's just finished up with Marcy. Marcy just left to go powder her nose, and he
Perhaps wipe a little.
wipe, clean up on all 4.
There's certain rules to survive a horror movie.
So, Jack, he rolls over to the side, he grabs a joint, starts, lights his joint, he's sitting there laying in bed as he just finished, and, he's smoking his joint, and then out of nowhere, drop of blood falls on his forehead. He goes to grab it, like, what the heck? And out of nowhere, there comes a hand from the side, underneath the side of the bed, holds his head down, and an arrow gets shoved right through his throat from underneath. So when I saw that, it was a great distraction. You think it's coming from a different way, not even thinking it's Mrs. Voorhees or whoever the killer is. At that point, you don't know who it is. But just that moment, that scene, farewell to Kevin Bacon in the horror franchise. But for me, that was one of my jump scares that really got me going. I mean, the whole movie's kind of filled with a lot of that, and the effects from Savini were pretty awesome. Well done, because there's multiple times where I wanted to, take a bathroom break as I was a child watching that movie for the first time. So that was my number 3 on the list. So
Classic.
yeah.
Yep. And it's funny too how effective the effect was, considering they fucked up.
They had to blow into the tube.
Yeah, they had to
right?
blow into the
That-
tube.
Yeah, the thing.
They had to improvise, right?
Yeah.
The thing fell apart. And like, here, just give me that.
Yeah, and that got that blood spurt that scene is famous for.
Yeah,
The
there
arrows
was
through his
supposed to be a
throat.
nice trickle, and here, a
Yeah.
mistake made it even better.
Yeah, so Dave, on to you for number 3.
Okay, number 3. So I remember back when, they put Exorcist back in the theaters, and I was so excited because, well, I was still in mommy's belly when it originally came out, so it was just great to be able to see it in theaters. And although it was kind of bittersweet because it's like, ooh, now with more subliminal ghost face in the mix, so I'm like, I don't care, I'm going to get to see it in theater. And then all of a sudden you have that second of silence, and all of a sudden you hear that fucking spider walk
Oh yeah.
that they threw in there. Because at that point I probably saw the movie, it was probably about 20 times by that point, so I had a pretty good idea what was going on. As soon as they turned to that, I literally jumped in the theater. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah.
I used to read about that scene in Fangoria when I was a kid, right? You always wanted to see it, right?
Yeah.
And then when they brought it out on the version you've never seen.
Yeah, I knew nothing about that. The only thing I heard was, they had a little bit here and there, but then a lot of people were talking about, oh yeah, that little blip of a face that made it scary? Well, we're going to put it in a lot more.
Yeah.
But again, I didn't care. I'm like, I get to see this on the big screen. And yeah, then that happened, and I think that was... Yeah, that had to be the first time I actually got scared to the point where I jumped out of my seat.
You were born in 74.
Yeah.
I was born in 73.
Yeah.
So I was 9 months old when that movie came
And when was the first time you saw that movie?
out. Maybe I was 13 when I first saw it.
I thought you were going to say 9 months old.
No. Yeah. Yeah, I was in my crib. My mom put it on. Said, watch this, fucker. Let's see how you turn out later.
Eat your vegetables.
Eat your vegetables and you watch this movie. classic, man. You never go wrong with The Exorcist. Like I said,
As-
Granddaddy.
As soon as you brought it up last time, I'm like, oh, please don't.
Granddaddy. All right, so for my, what are we on?
Number 3.
3. Okay, so I'm going to pull in an honorable mention since I had to lose The Exorcist 3. Right? And I'm going to pull in fucking Sinister and the lawnmower scene. I'm sure everybody knows what I'm talking about, right?
I still haven't seen the movie, but I've seen the scene.
Oh, yeah, where he pulls the Super 8 video and he's watching it, and first the camera's panning on the family just through the window, right? And you go into the garage, and you see the lawnmower, and then everything just gets pitch black. And then all you see is the light from the lawnmower. It's just doing its thing. And then, holy shit, the screech of the sound effect, and a fucking family member laying there knowing that lawnmower is now going over their fucking head.
It just brought it in at the perfect
That was
pace.
just like the perfect jumps. You jumped with Ethan Hawke. Because he jumped, and I fucking jumped. Sinister was a great movie.
Absolutely.
Classic fucking
Absolutely.
movie. But the lawnmower scene, that I think I raised a few inches off my seat on that one.
Yeah, and by the time it came on screen, it was, again, by the time you processed it,
Yeah.
it was just done.
Yeah. And the sound effect, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that shriek, that shrill, that was just like, I was like, oh, fuck. Because there's nothing worse than getting a lawnmower rolled over your head,
Yeah.
right? That's gotta be
it's
pretty bad.
Hopefully that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Anytime soon.
That's not a good way to go.
I mean, that's why Angela Baker did it. No one? Come on, dude.
Yes.
Was that
Sleep.
was that 2
That
or
was
3?
2. That was
Okay.
No,
Oh, is that Sleepaway
Sleepaway
Camp?
Camp.
Oh, shit.
Is it 2 or 3? I
Wait,
can't.
No,
it's-
it was 3. Because they were doing the happy bring the rich and the poor together.
Oh yeah.
And it was the woman, running it.
Oh yeah. What was the old dude's name?
I got to run through it. Charlie finally saw the first one. I want to run him through the rest of them.
Yeah, but
Oh,
no.
shit. What
Yeah,
was
no.
it?
I remember
Because
3.
I'm just used to Snowboy.
Snowboy, right?
Herman.
Herman. Yeah.
And her name, I don't think I remember.
No, but I remember Sleepaway. It was 3. I was telling Joe T about it. There's some more appreciation for some of those the 2 and 3 kills in Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah, I need to watch both
So-
of those.
Come on, those movies were so good that Bruce Springsteen denounced his sister.
Pamela Springsteen.
Yeah.
And I used to always joke about that too, that, oh, they must be related. And then one day I heard that, yeah, he actually had a problem with her doing those movies. And was like, no, I don't know you.
Come on, Bruce.
Yeah, definitely they push for her.
Come on, you're America.
All right.
So we're on to number 2.
We're on to number 2.
Number 2.
Okay. So my last one was talking about less is more, and this one is definitely the total opposite. While the original Final Destination is my second favorite movie of all time, my second favorite scene of all time comes from Final Destination 2, and it's the car crash premonition. It's just pure chaos, and to me, what makes it so scary is how common car crashes are. And while the other premonitions, like the plane crash, roller coaster, those all can happen, but car crashes kill people every day. And just the simplicity of, not paying attention to your phone or having the coffee spill on you, anything to that nature, and it's graphic. You have the logs come down and go right through the cop. It's incredible. The guy burning alive, just pure chaos. And
Great.
many times when I drive, whether it's a semi next to me, many things, and I won't say every single time I think about this movie, I can never forget it. I will never forget it, and it's just an amazing scene. And to me, the best scene out of any Final Destination movie there ever was.
And how many times you've been behind the truck, right? That's carrying logs and shit. Right?
A lot less in the last 20
Yeah,
years.
I'm going to go to the right or left. I'm not staying
And as
behind
soon as you see it, what do you think of? You think of Final Destination 2.
Yeah. And then you think to get the fuck out of there.
And it was very minimal defiance of physics, too.
And Highway to Hell playing at the same time. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
incredible.
Classic opening of a movie like that. It's a good one, Joe.
Danny C for number 2.
All
Joe
right.
T.
Yeah, that was a great show. Always enjoy some Final Destination. That was awesome. My number 2 is Nightmare on Elm Street, the original, 1984. So a lot of people, might gravitate towards, Tina's kill, upside down in that room, being ripped to shreds. I loved it, and it was excellent. Even the part where Nancy's in the tub and Freddy's blood comes up while she's falling asleep in and out. Love that too, but it really
Marvin Gaye playing in the background.
yeah. Listen, for me, it's towards the end of the movie. Glenn, Nancy's, boy, Johnny Depp in the movie falls asleep. They wanted to make sure they stayed awake, and Glenn falls asleep, and he's got his headphones on, he's got the TV on him, he's in the middle of his bed, and then out of nowhere, you think, oh, something's gonna happen, right? He gets pulled into the bed, everything else comes in, the TV and everything, and then out of nowhere, the blood just shoots up. I don't think I slept in my own bed for the next 2 to 3 months because of that scene, and it scared the living shit out of me.
Yeah, but you didn't have those 70s headphones, so...
No, I had the what is that? That Sony Walkman. The Sony Walkman.
Little orange foam headphones.
Those cheap ass foam, like you wear them for a day or two, and it just starts tearing up, and it cuts into your fucking hair. And then, go on.
The cassette player ate the tape.
I didn't have half shirts either. Through most of that movie.
Yeah. Right.
Dude, on my way here, I was at a red light, and I really wanted to get out and see what was going on, but it looked like VHS tape just streaming across the road. I don't know what else it could have been, but I was going to bring it here. We could have used it as streamers.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
Take us back to the day.
Yeah, the Deus VHS.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, absolutely. That's my number 2. Just for me. Oh, and then the blood shooting up just freaked me.
The blood of everyone Freddy ever killed ever.
So
Depp had a lot of blood in it.
So which was cool because the same scene where they killed Tina in the room where she was upside down in the room, they used that for the same shot for the blood pouring out. So they turned it as they had it. They just dropped it. So the blood just shot right down and it shorted out everything. All the light that was on the ceiling or on the floor now.
Yeah.
It shorted out everything, causing electrical fire. But talk about that room being used multiple times. That's a lot of appreciation for that movie in general from me, but that to me just I didn't sleep for a while in my bed because of what may come.
Another classic movie.
Yeah. See that movie is what confirmed me that I'm like, all right, I'm all in with horror, and I saw that because I don't know if you remember, but my sister and I, we always had this thing where we're like, oh, I can't sleep, and that would milk us like a few moments of like extra TV time, and mommy's having her alone time, and we would come down, and she's like, as long as you're quiet, just sit, you can watch some of this, and then you got to go to bed. So I pulled that stunt, came down. I'm like, I can't sleep. So she's like, I'm getting ready to watch a movie. It just came on HBO. And she's like, you can watch like 20 minutes, and then you got to go to bed. But she just knew that it existed. I don't think she knew much about it. So sat down to watch it. I made it through the whole movie, went upstairs, and the only reason I couldn't sleep was, I'm like, oh God, I can't wait. I'm too excited to sleep. I just wanted to be tomorrow so I could tell all the guys about like, holy shit, you wouldn't believe what I just watched. I never had trouble sleeping out of fear from that. It was just that one time that I guess I was just too excited. Like I needed to tell somebody about what I just witnessed. And I got a lot of funny looks at the time because think about it. Before that movie existed, like explaining that to, I was 11. Yeah, I was about 11 at the time. I was 10 when it came out, so yeah, it was probably a year later. So telling a bunch of other 11 and 12-year-olds, like, oh yeah, so it's this guy. He used to kill kids, but then, like, all these parents, like, killed him, but now he's killing kids again, but in their dreams. And it's like, and this thing, and he had this cool-looking glove, and they're just like, smoking, like...
And to think that was all born out of, like, Wes Craven, like, the two fears that he had. The one article that he was reading about people dying, right, in their sleep, and then seeing that guy.
And then the creepy old
man, and just kept looking at him through the window, and just, like, he went away, and he looked back, and the guy was still staring up.
And that would have been awesome to find out, like, whatever happened to that guy.
Yeah, why the hell was he looking up there? Well, we're thankful for it, right? He gave us Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah. That's what I mean. We need a Where Are They Now? Just to, like, everybody just thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for being a creep. Thanks for being...
Yeah, right. Thanks, homeless man. All right, number 2.
Dave, it's on to you for number 2.
Alrighty. Oh, yeah. Almost forgot I put that in there. Sloth. The sloth death from 7. The dude in the room, the air fresheners and all, the corpse laying there, and then, everyone walks in there, all right, let's see who he is, let's see what's going on. And just, like, that was enough to, like, scare the shit out of anyone, but then on top of it, like, everybody immediately went into panic mode, like, oh my god, he's alive! Like, it just became such a chaotic scene, like, you couldn't help but to be just unnerved for that whole, like, 30 seconds or whatever. But, and then just seeing, like, afterwards the pictures of, like, his deterioration over the course of the year that he was held captive. And yeah, that was one of the few, like, jump scares that actually got me, because you knew damn well he was dead. He was just a corpse laying in that bed. And then as soon as everybody's feeling a little comfortable, let's see what happened here, and he just jumps up. And
how the hell was he still alive? I mean, holy shit.
John Doe was really
Yeah, dude.
That's an insane movie.
Yeah, and I originally had that lower, but then I keep thinking about the first time I saw it, like it got such a reaction out of me. Like, you just got that head buzz for a moment where everything felt like pins and needles, just all in that split second. I was like, oh, shit. Like, I was in it for the gore. I wasn't expecting to get a jump scare out of this. So that would be
Awesome. All played.
Yeah. So my number 2 is from a little movie called Wreck. I don't want to ruin it, right? I don't think you saw it, Danny C.
I've never seen Wreck, Jason.
Right.
It's on my list to see that one soon.
So I'm not going to ruin the scene because I don't want to spoil it. But and don't quarantine. Forget about the remake. For everybody out there, don't watch Quarantine.
It's okay.
Watch Wreck.
no. I didn't even buy it. As soon as I saw that and I heard, oh, there's an American version of that.
Scene by scene. Yeah, you want to watch the original, and the original was probably the best found footage horror movie ever made. And the premise, I think everybody knows, kind of, the reporter goes with the fire engine company, all the firefighters, they get a call, they go to this apartment.
Yeah, I completely forgot. Though it all started with
and they get locked in, right? So there's an outbreak, and you think it's an infection, it's a zombie outbreak, and now they won't, they're being, they're being quarantined in there basically, and they can't get out, and then there's all these creatures running around, and it's just now towards the end, there's a couple of them left. Just a reporter and a cameraman, and everybody is turned, and we get to the attic. And we go in the attic, and we find out the origins of what this is. Let's just say there's a little bit of Exorcist vibe going on in this movie. And that final scene in the attic with that thing, you see at first you see it's all dark, and they just got the night vision from the camera, and then far back you see a silhouette of something.
A little white dot.
Yeah,
that
it's
just
like,
got
what
bigger.
is that moving? Or that don't fucking look human. And it's a tall, like now this guy actually that played this role. His name is, I have the note here, I believe it's Javier Botet. So he's got Marfan syndrome. He's like 6'7", he's 120 something pounds. And it's a disorder of the connective tissues. So like your limbs are longer and everything. And this guy looks great actor. But you put him in makeup and everything, and it's just like
terrifying.
It was terrifying. It was the sounds this creature made, how angry it was, and how you couldn't see it. And hands down.
And then when
terrifying.
you could, you regret seeing it.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, it's so terrifying. It's nightmare fuel. That last scene is actually nightmare fuel, and I'm actually excited for you to see that.
Yeah, absolutely, I can.
Danny C.
I can't wait to see it. Brought up a couple lists of some movies.
Yeah.
And that's going to be seen soon, so
Yeah,
I can't wait.
Classic.
And that's the
Very
thing, too.
good.
You didn't even need that ending necessarily. Like, it was just good without it.
Absolutely.
And then they just threw that on top.
Oh God, it
the
just-
proverbial cherry on top.
I watched that movie. That I remember. Literally, it was like cupping my hands. Like I couldn't even watch the scene. It was just like it was terrifying. Wreck, baby. Got to give some love to Wreck.
You go up for a very specific type of shower that involves the fetal position.
All right, I think we're down to
our number ones.
Uno, the best of the best.
So, my number one, I remember the very first time I saw this scene in the theater, and right then after it, I knew it was my favorite horror scene of all time. It's in a Jordan Peele movie, who he's quickly become one of the best horror directors out there, and it's from Us. And it's the very first time the tethered meet humans in the regular part, and the son first tells them that there's a family in the driveway, and when the dad first goes out and you just see the silhouettes of the four of them, and you're kind of piecing together that they're exactly the same. And the really thing that hits for me in the scene is when it culminates, when Red is sitting by the fire and she explains exactly how the tethered work, and you don't really understand what's going on yet. You've kind of seen glimpses. You can tell Adelaide, the mom, is hesitant about going to the beach, and it's almost like she knows what's about to happen. She doesn't want the family to encounter this. And then Red basically explains that, what the tether goes through. Like, on Earth, up here, the family's living normal, and down underneath, it's completely different, and it's horrific. And just the way Lupita Nyong'o talks in that scene, it just hits on another level, and you can see the fear in the family as they watch. And to me, that scene from the very first time I ever saw it, it's incredible.
Yeah.
It's hard to, and it didn't need a jump scare to it. It was so simple, but to me, it's, in my opinion, the best horror scene that there is currently to this day. And I never get tired of watching that movie. It's slowly I haven't officially put it into my top 5, but I know down the road it will be there because I can't stop watching it.
Yeah, it's a great concept too. The whole doppelganger type.
Dude, I remember seeing that movie in the theaters. I remember that scene vividly. Pretty awesome. In the violin, playing in the background. As it starts going faster and slower. Dave, have you seen that? Have you seen Us yet?
See, this is tough because I do want to see the rest of his stuff, but I liked Get Out so much, I'm afraid to see anything. It's like, I don't want to spoil it. I just want to think of him as a great writer-director. And it's like, and I feel like if there's any decline in his later movies, like, it's just going to be heartbreaking. But I do want to, I want to see, yeah. I still want to watch Us. I want to watch Nope.
Nope was good too.
But like I said, I'm just afraid because I'm like, Get Out was really good.
Yeah, I mean
And it
Jordan
was-
Peele's a great filmmaker. I mean, all three of those movies, I think personally, I think he nails it.
They're all great.
Us is
The
doesn't get a
attacks
lot of
from
love.
One side to the doppelganger, the attacks on each other are pretty memorable.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
And as the movie goes on, you're trying to, you're watching and, enjoying everything that's happening on screen, but you're also trying to figure out what's going on because it's slowly playing out. You don't really know what's going on, and I think that's what adds to the mystique to it. In the beginning, when, little Adelaide is on the beach going into, the mirror room, you kind of see, like, a figure. It could be her, and then that's it. And then you just have to guess what's going on.
Yeah.
And it's, to me, I personally think it's the best Jordan Peele movie he's ever made. The consensus is obviously Get Out. Nope is solid. I like Nope. To me, that's his worst. I don't want to say worst one because
I agree.
they're all great to me, but I feel like Us just hits on everything.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like there was a slow point, and with Get Out, to me, it was a little slow at times. It's amazing, but the good thing about Jordan Peele is whenever, they announce a movie that he's coming out with, I'm going to see it in the theater because he's hit every single
And
time.
you know it's
so
going to be
far.
some original shit from him, right? You know it's definitely going to be a cool concept. I mean, Us. Could you imagine yourself coming after you to kill you? Right?
It's kind of a fantasy of mine.
Yeah, I think I love how he gives you a taste of something, right? And then later in the movie, he brings you back to something that could be some part of that taste, and then he'll like bring in different aspects throughout the movie to go back to that original. What did this mean? What was this first? What the first shot on the picture, right? First part of the film, and then he'll lead you back to other things to make sense. To the end of the
early
movie.
on, he shows you all the rabbits in the cages,
Right.
and for a long time you have no idea the significance of that. The Hands Across America. There's many little subtle things early on that, as the movie goes on, you start to understand it, and it's the same thing too. Without spoiling anything, like at the end of the movie, it all makes sense. When you go back and you think about anything you've seen throughout, he doesn't leave any loose ends untied. Like, to me, he's great.
So please tell me something. What the fuck was up with that shoe in Nope?
I didn't
Why
understand.
Is the shoe standing upright like that? What is that?
I think
I still don't fucking know that.
I think we need Dave to watch it to get a better understanding too.
You know what I'm talking about,
It's,
right?
it's been a little while since
Yeah.
I've seen it, and I think to me, what the shoe signifies is something by symbolism of when something weird out of the ordinary is happening, it's going to take your focus on that specifically. And it's similar to the monkey destroying everyone, because as soon as it saw you, that's when it lost its mind. And with the shoe itself, I took it, interpreted it as it's something that, if we knock down one of the bottles or something else, that's going to catch our eye.
Like a miracle type thing?
I thought that was going to have some type of meaning towards the end of the movie, to be honest with
That's
you.
what I thought.
Like, I think once you figured out what the premise of the story was, it got into it, and then the last 45 minutes of the film, you'd be like, okay, there's got to be a bigger story than our minds thinking it's this. And it kind of left me like, okay, that's it. I would have expected more from Jordan Peele. That, to be honest with you, that's where I kind of was like, okay, so you gave me Get Out, that was great. Us was a perfect.
That was the one thing with Nope. I guess because what we've seen from him so far, we expected something. Whereas this one, he kind of just handed us everything. There wasn't really any guessing. Like, we saw, the UFO or alien or whatever you want to call it.
The Predator.
And that was what it was. It was that. there wasn't any. That wasn't symbolism. It wasn't some. That's just what it was. Like
There was no swing away.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Meryl. Right? I mean, for Nope, I just love the fact, and I don't want to spoil it, but you know, you think it's like a UFO, right? But then it's actual predator for that.
You think it's a UFO, but nope.
But nope.
I just love how throughout the whole entire movie they would just say,
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope.
yeah.
Nope.
I enjoyed it. I
It wasn't
POV,
bad. I just would have. To me, it's just like I thought something was going to all tie back to that whole original scene that started off the movie, and I said, okay, all right.
That's a great number one, Joe.
Yeah, I love that scene
Great number
and that
one.
movie. So,
Nice.
Danny C.
Danny C.
What's your number one?
So I'm going way back. The movie.
Before the 80s?
No, it's the year I was born, 1982. Poltergeist. So, Carol Ann. So a lot of people, I think a lot of people's favorite movement part of Poltergeist was, she's in the parents' bedroom, parents are asleep. TV, she hears something in the TV, and she's going to
Static
gravitate.
reaches out.
Yeah, and it shoots the light to the wall, and it shakes the whole entire house. That movie still holds a lot of weight for me. And to my number one, when I was a kid, it was Robbie and that fucking clown. And that part of his mother's tucking both of them in bed, and she's gonna go in the shower and do her, go get a bath or whatever. Robbie gets in the bed and he looks and he sees the clown. He goes and throws his jacket. The jacket misses and goes to the ground. He's like, yeah, whatever.
Musters the courage to just go and drape it on him.
Right. He just throws it at it. Like, nope, whatever. I'm not even going near her. I'm not even touching it. I'm going to bed. Next thing you know, he looks over, and the clown's not there. And he's like, what the fuck? So he looks under his bed, and as he looks under his bed, and he cannot see it. As soon as he comes back is when the clown grabs him right away and pulls him underneath the bed, and he starts flipping out. And to me, it's just it's scared the shit out of me, because I get into bed when I was a kid. Like I said, this was 82. I was just born. I probably saw it when I was 8, 9 years old at that time, watching the movies. Scared the living shit out of me. I didn't have a fear of clowns, but it just made me not want to being attacked by something that you're scared of, right? And then you're faced with your own fear, and your fear pulls you underneath the bed, and scared the living shit out of me. And it just got me in that. It was that scare jump. It was that scare jump moment. And I'll even say, even when they did the remake, they kind of did that whole entire scene where he's looking for the clown. The clown, he hears his noises, and he's got the the pull string, and it goes between his legs, and he looks under, and he doesn't see anything, and then out of nowhere it comes at you, see the whole clown coming at you. I think they did a really nice job, even though everybody shit on the Poltergeist remake, which I wasn't a big fan of, but just those iconic scenes that they replicate, sometimes I stay away from it, right? I really enjoyed it as a kid. I was, I never put my feet around underneath the bed, and stayed away. And, had a big effect on me. So it's an oldie, it's an original. For me, I love watching it. Got a tattoo with Carol Ann going into the TV. A tattoo on my wrist, and it still holds a big part in my heart for life. So
That's a classic. And to think, when they put that movie in the theaters, it was PG-13, right? So a lot of people were bringing their fucking kids, their families to go to see it.
It's Spielberg.
Yeah, it's Spielberg.
It was-
and
it was
Toby
too real.
Hooper, who's in Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I forgot to add that, but it scared the shit out of a lot of kids. There was a lot of angry parents.
It
said, "What the
caused
fuck?"
some damage for me.
Yeah, Poltergeist was a great movie. Just the whole, everything about that movie is classic. And that clown, I agree.
We have a mutual friend that who hates clowns every which way possible, and every time you bring up certain things about clowns, he gets freaked out. He's like, "Shut up! I'm not talking. Leave me alone."
We should do an episode of Scariest Clowns, right? We got Pennywise. We got Art.
Art the clown.
Art the Clown now.
But
That's a great one.
yeah, Dave.
What did I do?
You're number one.
My number one. Again, I think I was going to put this one lower, and I've mentioned it to you guys before. I'm going to have to go with the found footage clip of Lake Mungo.
Yeah.
And
love for
the
Lake
thing that pushed that to the top for me is most of the things on here, I was either a kid or even like in my 20s. And, things would affect me. And I was still learning. I was still getting numbed and all. The fact that I saw this movie 3, maybe 4 years ago, and I literally could not sleep for 3 nights out of terror. Like, so at the time, I'm like in my mid-40s, and I can't sleep over a ghost movie. And for it to fuck me up like that, like, I had to put it on the top.
It's a great movie.
Yeah. And
It's
like I
great.
said, I've seen it a few times, and half the times I watch it, I'm like, yeah, that is really creepy. And other times it was like, all right, maybe I just was tired at the time, but even if it never affected me again, the fact again that first time, it was to the point I went into work the next day and was talking to a customer, and she even saw I was off. She's like, "You okay? You want something to drink?" And I'm like, "No, I just." Full disclosure, I didn't sleep last night. She was like, "Oh, really?" At this point, we were on this job site long enough that I knew I could, I guess, open up, be a little candid or whatever with her. And she was like, "Oh, why didn't you sleep?" I said, "I watched this movie last night, and I don't think I'm ever going to be right again." And she starts asking all these questions. She's like, "I think I'm going to have to check it out too." And again, a 40-something, like I'm almost 50, and a movie should not have that effect on me.
It was
Just
just so
late in the game.
dread-inducing. Man.
Yeah.
It was just like the premonition that she saw right there of herself.
Yeah,
right?
and
It
just the look of it, and that they paused that for like ever.
Yeah.
And I'm literally like, my hands up, peeping between my fingers. All right, did they go into something else yet? And it caused damage. So
That was classic.
originally, I knew that was going to be in my top 10, and the more I thought about it, I'm like, I'm a grown man. There's no reason for that to affect me. All right, number 1.
There you go.
So
There you go. All right, I'll finish us off.
promise.
JC,
Promise. You ready?
Lead us to the promise.
Here's
land.
my number 1. Dun 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 dun. What movie do we got? We got fucking Jaws. We have fucking Jaws. 1975.
I was going to say a Serbian film.
That is not the soundtrack to a Serbian
We're
film.
doing scariest, not hottest.
Oh, Jesus. We're all going to get fucking
You
arrested.
are
Too soon?
terrible.
So, Jaws. I mean, the opening scene of Jaws. I dare anyone to tell me that there's a better, Final Destination, right? I know there's some good opening scenes out, but the Chrissy attack, when you're in the water like that, and you don't see the shark, which was brilliant, right? By accident, because the shark never worked, but something's coming, the shot from below, and it's getting closer and closer, and just how she got violently pulled through that water, right? And they had like cables, they had them attached to the beach, and they were just like pulling her back and forth. For me, if I was in the ocean doing that scene, I would have got scared that I was thrashing too much, and I really would have got fucking eaten.
You would have attracted a shark.
Right? Exactly. But just that scene, knowing what was happening beneath the surface, that she's getting chewed up, and the pain and the acting in that scene, and just everything about it, to this day, I do not go in the ocean. I will not go in the ocean. I will not be that 1% that gets fucking attacked. And that just scared me. That movie literally kept me out of the ocean my entire life.
And
And
that's
that has to be the scariest moment.
I have a funny
Right.
story. So, I remember seeing that as a kid, and I was always in the ocean. I played the video game Jaws on Nintendo, but there was no scariness of a shark to me, except growing up in Orlando, they had a Jaws ride at Universal Orlando,
Yeah.
and I swear to God, I never went on that ride because I think I went once right before it closed down, and when I heard it was about to close because they wanted to change it into something else, I finally went on it. But I was scared to death of the mechanical shark in the water, but not the real shark in the ocean. So that doesn't make any sense. But I always refused. Like, I would never go on that ride. There was just something about the shark actually coming out of the water. I was like, nah, I'm good.
And by the way, shame on you, Universal, for fucking taking that ride.
I was
away.
just gonna say
what
that.
the fuck?
It was a great ride. The one time I went on
fucking
it
wow.
was
Oh,
great.
come on, you do not take Jaws away.
No, he's still there. They
there.
left
He's
they
there.
left
But
out in the water and a little tribute, but that's about it.
So for me it's Jaws. For me it's the movie that kept me out of the water. I'm going to be 50 next year, my entire life, and I don't have any plans
Yeah, so
of going into the ocean at any time.
we were at Dave and I were at the horror convention 2 weeks ago, and she was there, Chrissy. She was there signing in
Yeah.
her booth. God bless her. She's up there in age, but she had her own little booth.
Good for
She
her.
was signing for somebody. You really missed out on a good time
I
because
know,
this was
man.
it was a really good guest list that they had there, and
I know.
you could have went up there and you could have told her about
I know.
she was a part of your number one scare and told her how much of a great actor she was.
If my lovely wife watches it, I want it to be in Jamaica. If she listens to this, I want it to be in Jamaica, just so you know.
Absolutely.
No,
You
but-
know,
Nah, it would have actually probably worked out for the best for you because, see, then you would have seen she was still alive, and then maybe it would have triggered that thing like,
Yeah.
okay, it is safe to go in the water
it
again.
is. Right, John.
Well, listen,
This could have cured you.
When we were in Jamaica, we were walking the beach at night, right, in the ocean, and there I was, and I'm walking, and I'm, like, going a little bit further in, and I'm, like, almost up to, like, my knee, and I'm like,
You're moving
Can't
up
do
with
it.
the time.
can't do it because sharks attack in knee deep of water, and that would be my fucking luck.
So JC went on vacation like 2 years ago, right? And that was the first time
That was the first time.
you were out in water,
And the last time.
and because of that. And I remember
Yeah.
you telling me that story. He goes, I don't fuck with the ocean. There's sharks out there, and you won't get me to go out there.
They
So
all
that
wanted
was-
me to go snorkeling.
Yeah.
And this was the only time I was in the ocean. They all wanted me to go snorkeling. And we met a couple down there, and they said, "Oh, you're still going to touch the ground. The bottom of the ocean floor. You're not going to go too deep." So I'm like, "All right, I want to be that guy." So they put us in a boat, and they fucking driving us all the way. I'm like, "Where the fuck are we going?" And then they stop, and they're like, "Okay, you in the back, me. You jump in first." I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like pissed off. I'm like, why are we this deep? Why are we this far out? I thought I was snorkeling in like fucking, waist deep water. Then I jumped down. I'm in like 30 fucking feet of water. I did not enjoy myself. The entire time I was scouting underwater with my glasses. I wasn't looking at coral. I was looking what the fuck was coming at me. I didn't want to be there. I love you, honey. I enjoyed that vacation too. All right, I think
We have honorable mention.
we got some honorable mentions. So maybe we just go around the horn. Maybe just give 3 or 4, whatever you got on your list.
Sounds good. So I'll kick it off. So I had from the remake of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's early on in the movie when they pick up the girl and she kills herself. and it's actually the way the camera goes through the bullet hole in her head. I think that scene is amazing.
Yeah. That's the remake, right?
Yes,
Which
the
one?
remake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I eventually saw, like, that was my first taste of Leatherface. I didn't really see the original ones until much later, but that's what got me to see the original and the rest of the franchise. I know some of you guys also have on your honorable mention the scene from The Ring.
Oh yeah.
When Samara comes out of the TV to kill Noah. That was creepy as anything, because you had only seen the video, and for her to actually come out, didn't matter that it was CGI or whatever. Seeing that in the movies scared the living shit out of me.
By the way, Joe, my new dog that I'm getting, guess what the name of the dog is going to be? Samara.
Nice.
Yeah, after The Ring.
Nice.
I'm going to dress her up in the fucking ring gear. I'm going to put her by my television.
That's animal abuse.
Not really. I'm not going to do anything.
Another one I have
Put a
is
wig on
from the movie Oculus.
Oh.
It's a really
The
simple.
apple?
Okay.
Yes, it's a very simple scene.
Okay, yeah.
She's walking and she's eating an apple and she's carrying light bulbs, and then all of a sudden you hear glass break, and you realize she just bit into a light bulb, and she's spitting the glass out and the blood's just coming out. That one.
Forgot about that movie. That was a good movie.
That is a very good movie. A great ending as well.
Is that Mike Flanagan?
I think
Who did
so.
Oculus, right? Because, I mean, he's now doing every, Netflix series
Yeah,
now.
it's
Midnight Mass.
very good.
And Gerald's Game.
Gerald's Game. He's doing Haunting of Hill House, Blood Manor.
I have from the original Saw. It's when Dr. Gordon is sawing his own foot off. That stuck with me. Just the terror on his face, and he's contemplating it for so long, but realizing that his family's in danger, and then he finally just does it, and then he realizes that it didn't really matter in the end.
Yeah, you gotta have balls to do that too, man. Just saw off your foot like that.
Joe T and I were talking about that earlier. That whole scene in general, the way that last 10 minutes goes down, phenomenal. I mean, that had me, it was like, oh shit, from that scene going forward. And
but when he got off the floor, I'm like, what the fuck?
I think everybody said that.
And that fucking dude was alive.
It's
the
like
whole entire
God
time.
bless you for staying so fucking still.
I know they had other parts with the family being kidnapped and the Danny Glover character, but the main movie is about two guys locked up in this one room, and just the tension and knowing that they might have to kill each other, and just, it's a simple concept, and it's a very, very good movie. And my final one is from another Jordan Peele movie. It's from Nope, and it's a combo of two scenes. It's when you finally see the people go up into this thing, and you just hear that horror going as they're getting pulled up and basically getting crushed, and then eventually turns into raining blood out of the sky and all the metal coming out and anything, and it's just
that scene, that their bodies are being contorted. It's like they can't grasp, you can't hear their sounds.
It's like your first glimpse of kind of actually seeing what's going
inside.
on.
Yeah.
And that scene with the blood hitting the house.
Oh, that's amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That was awesome. One of the best parts of the movie, hands down.
So, Danny C. Honorable mention.
So, I'm not going to mention The Ring. I had that on there as one. Another one was, for me, Twilight Zone, the Twilight Zone movie. John Lithgow on the plane with the gremlin on the wing. So well done. Scared the shit out of me. I don't know how many times I've been on a plane. I won't open that at night because I'll see the gremlin on the wing that I'm afraid of. And just how he breaks through the window and he looks at the gremlin, and the gremlin's staring him in the face. He's tilting the head.
And
Yep, he just grabs him and then
just slaps him with a Bane mask.
and he's out. It was awesome. It was like Sonic the Hedgehog on drugs on the wing. I also had on here Jeepers Creepers. The scene where they're taking the cops back to the Creeper, and they're driving, and you see they're messing with the radio, and Jeepers Creepers comes on the radio and everything, and it's like, that's the song. You see in the background, you see the creeper hitting the top of the police car, and the policeman's like, what's going on? The one policeman to the passenger side, she gets out, like, as they're still driving, like, 40, 50 miles an hour, and she looks up on the roof, she pulls herself up, and you see her, he takes her and throws her, cuts through the driver's side of the cop, and pulls his head up, and he just axes it off, and then it pans to the Trish and Dari, Justin Long, who plays that. They throw the head up 50 feet, and it hits their front windshield. So then they're like, "What the fuck is that?" And they slam on the brakes. They're spinning. Then the cop car starts spinning. They get out slowly, like, "What the hell just happened?" They go over to the cop car. She sees, she's yelling at the car like, "Hey, you guys okay?" And she sees the head there. The creeper comes out, grabs the head, and you see it's like there's that billboard behind it with like the lights, and you don't really get that close up of the creeper, but it's so eerie that he pulls the head up to his face and bites the tongue and pulls it out. That whole scene was like an oh shit moment. So I love that part. The Conjuring, Carolyn playing the clap game. The beginning was great because it set it up. So when the basement door. And it traps her, and that was one of those scary scenes for me. And then she goes downstairs, and then behind her is the clap. That one time, that movie was great, phenomenal. A lot of different parts of that movie scared the shit out of me, but that one. A lot of these are newer movies, and then the last one I had was It Chapter 1. So everybody will talk about the Georgie scene in the beginning. How he loses his sailboat, down the super gate.
Schooner.
What's that?
It's a schooner.
It's a schooner, yes. It's not a sailboat. I can't see it. God damn it. Nice Mallrats reference. But listen, the part that really gets me is when the kids go back to Bill's garage and they're looking at the carousel projector like you used to have in grade school, and they pull up the map and where it has attacked and where everything is pointing to, and they're all going through it, and Eddie starts freaking out, and he pulls up the screen. He's like, enough, and the projector starts clicking little by little, and then they see a picture of Georgie, and then they see the mother's face, and it keeps on clicking faster, and the hair is like, spinning and so fast, and it turns into it. They all freak out. They hit over the projector, and it hits the floor, and all you see is a picture of Pennywise. And then it starts clicking slow, and then the next picture you don't see Pennywise at all, and then it clicks slow one more time, and then one more time it's him coming out, and he's like 8 foot tall, and he's like on all fours coming at him, and he's about to chomp at him until they open up the garage door. And to me, that will always hold a spot. I was like, oh shit, that fucking got me. Like, well done.
I forgot about that. The slideshow.
That was great.
That was catchy.
So there were my honorable mentions. I had 5, a lot of old ones, but 5 of the newer ones. So yeah.
Good list.
On you, Dave, for your honorable mentions.
Okay, well, I guess I'll get this one out of the way. I only put it on here because it's the first horror movie that, completely scared the shit out of me. Anybody remember the $1 Million Movie from way back in the day?
Was that an actual movie, or was it?
No,
like
it was. I think it was like Channel 6.
Channel
like,
6
so
had the $1 Million. Yes, I remember.
Yeah, it would come on
Saturday
like 10
night,
or midnight.
It came on
Yep,
midnights.
yep.
After 11 o'clock news, it would come on.
So when the parents would get together for pinochle night, us kids had to go off and spend time in our rooms. And I had my first color TV. I was so thrilled. Didn't have a remote yet, but whatever. And $1 Million Movie came on, and it was like just starting the prom scene in Canada. I was less than 10, maybe even like 5 to 7-ish, and that was on there, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what this is. All this, and then bucket dumps on her head. She gets that look in her face. Everything goes on fire and like that. And then I didn't know what the hell I was watching. And I jumped out of bed. I ran downstairs so fast. I tell everyone, I'm pretty sure I never touched a step. Like, I launched off the top, and I just remember being down in the living room. Ran over to the kitchen where all the parents were. And there's this movie, and there was this girl, and she was like, oh, bloody, but then everything was on fire. And then, like, I didn't know how to, like put together what I just watched like that. And as soon as I, like, shut up for a minute, everyone's looking at me, and they just start laughing their ass off. I guess Carrie's on TV like that. And my dad thought it would be a good idea to comfort me by saying, that wasn't blood, that was just ketchup. So for 6 months, I wouldn't touch ketchup. Like, it terrified me that bad.
That's tough, too.
And, like,
ketchup is like a food group for me.
Yeah, and it's like, and it's one of those scenes, like I said, the movie's awesome.
Yeah.
But for that scene to be scary, like, I would have never thought of it. If I didn't watch it in that moment, like I said, it was, I couldn't process any of that.
When you said you didn't touch any stair, my mind immediately went to Psycho, when the dude gets stabbed and he kind of fucking moonwalks down.
Picture that, but more time lapse.
Like, is he moonwalking down the fucking stairs?
So I had to put that on the list. I had Poltergeist. I was torn between the clown scene, but the one that bumped that off was the chicken to the steak to the bathroom scene.
Yeah.
And again, that had to go on there because that particular scene, like, even though lots of parts in that terrified me, like, I was even scared at the time because I was like 8 when it came out. I was even scared, like, the whole tree eating scene. Like, even that fucked me up and all. But the whole scene where he's in the bathroom, you just see him picking at his face a little. The red light came on. He starts picking and picking. So you figure from the time I was 8, I could never watch that entire scene. Like, I always had to look away, cover my eyes, whatever. I couldn't do it. I was literally early, possibly mid-20s before I sat and watched that scene through. Because all I knew is it scared the shit out of me so bad when I was 8. Every other time. And at that point, by the time I actually watched through that scene, I probably saw that movie 100 times. Like, I was just constantly on loop. But that, I could never watch through it until some point in my 20s. And I think it was because, like, even in my teens where I was like, don't be such a... Just insert random word there. I just figured, well, even though I didn't watch it at 8 years old, I still felt haunted by it. Like, I couldn't get through it. I'm like, it must have been bad. I didn't watch it, but it must have been really, really bad. So, and then finally I toughed it out. I'm like, that's just amazing.
That was a great scene.
So,
and how many of us did, as our parents were prepping steaks, did we, like, intently watch that steak to see if we started fucking moving
and
over
the
there?
other thing, too,
like, is that fucker moving?
I'd say for at least a decade after that, anytime I was in somebody's bathroom and they had the red heat lamp in there, as soon as I flicked the switch, I saw a red light come on. I'm like, no. And I would make sure I put on the right light because even again, as a teenager, I was thinking, like, if that light comes on, it might start melting my face and I'll just tear it off. I'm starting to think maybe that should have been higher on my list. Because it had a good 10, 20 years of damage done. But, all right. The Ring, but not the ending. That was one of those I was Sunday afternoon hanging out at the house, and then it came on, and I'm like, I should sit down and watch it. So I went in, no high expectations or anything. I'm like, I heard it's really good. I'll just get through it. But that opening scene, she opens the closet door, and that contorted face, like,
you stole my fucking scene
again. Like, I'm hanging out in the living room, and I was like, oh, what the? Like, I jumped back. Like, for some reason, I knew it was going to be something messed up in there, but it was more than I expected, and
What was great about that scene too is because I think they were talking at the funeral that time, right? So you had the opening scene, but they don't show you the distorted face until she's having a conversation in
they
the
just
kitchen,
flash to
and
it.
they flash it, and it was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That was classic.
Yep.
That was actually an honorable mention.
Yeah,
You stole my thunder, Dave.
Another one.
Again.
Okay, one I don't know if anybody ever saw
Serbian film.
this. Again, we're talking scary, not hot. But one, it's such a blatant, like it's kind of a punchline in the movie. These jump scares, but Creep 2. Anybody watch that?
I didn't see that.
Did you see the first one?
I didn't see either of them, and I know they're excellent movies, and I should watch them. I've never watched them.
It couldn't have been a more perfect name because as it goes on, you just get more and more uncomfortable. But there's a guy in this situation where normally you'd be like, just leave, just get the... But you kind of understand why he's stuck around. Like at no point, even though you know it's not going to end well, you get why he's there, so you don't feel the need to be like, dude, get out, go, just run away from the house. Like, you get it. The second one wasn't as good, but I don't think it was as good of a movie, but I found it just as enjoyable. And there's, again, it's this guy hires someone to film a bunch of stuff, but in this one, it's a woman that comes in, and he asks, do you scare easily? And she said, no. So, like, for half the movie, like, you'll see her perspective walking around. She'll turn around the corner, and he'll jump out. Boo! Really? Nothing? Nothing? That didn't get you at all? So it was like you knew it was coming because they did it so many times. But it was the first time or two, it got me. I'll confess. And I don't know so much about a scare, but another scene that to this day, first time I saw it, it was hard to watch as a kid. Being an adult, having your own kids and all, it still messes me up. The funeral scene in Pet Sematary, when the old man starts shit and they start fighting and the box falls over. Like, even as a kid, I'm like, that's just messed up, man. And then I saw it many years later, figuring I was young, and I'm like, nah, it's still here. Then when I had a kid and watched the movie, I was like, I can't even watch this.
Fucking Zelda. Zelda has to be the scariest fucking character, man. I will never forget her in the corner of that room. Rachel, and she fucking runs to the camera. I'm like, oh my god.
And you know it's about the family and the kid and the cat and all that. Every time I sit down to watch it, I keep forgetting about her.
Yeah, Zelda. I need a shirt. I need a Zelda shirt. I don't have a Zelda shirt. All great honorable mentions there.
So that was... And like I said, when I sat down, the like 10 movies, just boom, 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 like, all right, this fucked me up this way, this had this effect and all that. And then I spent the rest of the time just trying to figure out an order.
Well, I don't have any because you all stole them from me.
Come on, JC.
Hey, we told you
no.
to go first.
All right. So I'm going to piggyback on your honorable mention in The Conjuring, and it's not the clap scene. That was a great scene. I'm going to go back to the kids freaking out in the room when she gets pulled off the bed, and you got the sister standing in the corner, and she's like, there's someone standing behind you, and you can't see shit because it's all dark, and she's standing by the door, and the fear in this little girl's voice, and then the door slammed. There's so many scenes.
Oh, yeah.
Many scenes, but
that
that
whole
one,
universe is amazing.
that one really fucking, and I think
Fuck
the
the
girl, the little girl sold it. She sold it because her acting in that scene, like, she was terrified. And could you imagine that, just saying someone standing right behind me, says, what the fuck are you talking about? Everything is dark, and you're glaring at the screen trying to see.
Turn the brightness.
Oh yeah, so The Conjuring, and I am going to go next to The Evil Dead. Classic fucking movie. Evil Dead, right? And I'm going to go to the card counting scene, right? Cheryl wants to leave, can't leave because the fucking bridge is done, right? It's out. Ash brings her back. Everything is calm. Two girls are fucking trying to guess cards, right? And you got Cheryl standing, peering out the window. You see the back of her. And she's like, 6 of spades, 7 of clubs, 8 of hearts. And then she just fucking turns around. Full-blown demonic possession, floating in the fucking air. Nothing better than that.
Oh, absolutely.
Nothing better than that. What else do I have here? Descent. Descent, right? So, number one, I'm claustrophobic. That entire fucking movie bothered me. Probably why I don't know. I have a fear of heights, and to watch that movie full, I think it is.
You have to.
I have to watch it, but that's gonna fuck with me.
Is that why you've never been on a scissor lift? Can I ask you that? Okay.
Why you gotta bring scissors?
I've been on the scissor lift, but yeah, the scissor lift doesn't go up too high, but no,
Okay.
I don't have a fear of the scissor
Okay.
lift.
I figured I'd just ask it because I've never seen you on the scissors.
I'll scissor me timbers.
So the Descent, and this is the scene where you're first introduced. I mean, the one scene where you see the crawler in the background, right? And she thinks she sees something, but she's not sure. This one fucking standing right behind the girl, right? You have no idea that this fucker is right there. And then just fucking, after that, just the shit hits the fan with everything. So the whole movie Descent is, like I said, claustrophobic.
I wouldn't, to be honest with you, I went into that movie with low expectations when it first came out. And I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Good movie.
Yeah,
That
and
first
much
scene.
like Jordan Peele, I love that movie enough. When I saw there were sequels, I'm like, I'm gonna let this be.
Right.
I
exactly.
don't want to touch a sequel to that movie.
I don't know. I think it's something we have to have a discussion about. Is best sequel.
Yeah.
'cause there's some bad ones out there like you should have never touched, and then there's.
Maybe that might be the topic for the next one.
Well, let me finish with my last honorable
Sorry, I
mention.
apologize there, JC.
So
Go ahead.
The last one, I'm going to go back to. I think I'm going to go back to the It, right? And but I'm just going to steal the viewfinder piece, and I'm going to take that to fucking Insidious. Remember in Insidious, the scene where they're checking the house, they're going through the house, and the guy's got the viewfinder, and he's clicking it, and you just see the hallway. He's clicking it, there's nothing there, and he's clicking it, there's nothing there. Then he clicks it, and there's these two fucking girls that just are there,
yeah.
and then they crack a smile. I'm like, what the fuck? Now it's your usual horror trope, right? Your jump scare. But that scene was like, I mean, Insidious was a great fucking movie. The entire movie,
Yeah,
the entire
absolutely.
franchise is great.
I'm so blinded because the one that always got me in that one was the reveal of Darth Maul.
Yeah. And that is Darth Maul, right? But yeah,
You're just going back and forth, and you go back to him, and then boom, there he is. I'm like,
even later on in the movie when she was describing, his issues when he was a kid, right? She was showing him the pictures that she never showed him of that fucking creepy old ladies like that smile, and they just creep me the fuck out, right? Even like in The Exorcist 3, you see remember the lady crawling on the ceiling and she turns over, she got that fucking creepy ass smile.
she shouldn't even be able to walk on her own, but yeah, she's crawling the ceiling. Yeah, old, really old or really young.
Yeah.
Like you give them the most mundane of task in the right scenario, and it's just terrifying.
Yeah. It's like what was that movie, The Taking of Deborah Logan?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised that was. That was a great movie too. But those are my honorable mentions.
Nice. Love them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank
love
you.
'em.
Thank you. So this was
Well done, fellas.
Yeah.
We did I.
Hope everybody enjoyed this episode. We got a lot more coming your way.
That is correct.
Yeah. Stick with us.
I love the energy everybody brought, their list. Everybody had a little bit of something, a little bit of everything, old, new. So
And Big ZD.
And Big ZD.
Never
Yeah.
gets old talking about horror movies.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, we know there's a ton of horror movies. There's a ton of horror podcasts. I listen to a lot of them myself. That are out there, but give us a shot. Right? Give us a try.
yeah, come back for more.
And we're in the process of getting all of our interwebs set up. So once all that's active, hopefully sooner than later, we'll tell you where to go.
Yeah.
Until next time.
Until next time, stay fucking creepy, everyone.
Yeah.
Peace.